Buying a house or renting it? Let's talk about the pro and con on each. Welcome to Bold and Brave. Pros of buying a home. Number 1. Building equity. When you buy a home, you are building equity or ownership in the property over time. Owning a home is one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. But did you know that it can also be one of the smartest? That's because when you buy a home, you're not just paying for a roof over your head, you're building equity or ownership in the property over time. In other words, every time you make a mortgage payment, you're not only paying for the house you live in, you're also growing your wealth. Imagine having a savings account that you can't touch, but that grows every year. That's what building equity in your home is like. So if you're ready to take the first step towards building your wealth and securing your future, it might be time to consider buying a home. Number 2. Tax benefits. Homeowners can often take advantage of tax benefits, such as deductions for mortgage interest and property taxes. Did you know that owning a home can actually save you money come tax time? It's true. As a homeowner, you can take advantage of several tax benefits that can significantly reduce your tax bill. For example, you can deduct the interest you pay on your mortgage from your taxable income, and you can also deduct your property taxes. These deductions can add up to big savings over the years, making homeownership even more attractive. So if you're looking for a way to make your money work harder for you, consider the tax benefits of owning a home. You might just find that homeownership is the best financial decision you ever made. Number 3. Stability and predictability. Owning a home provides a sense of stability and predictability, as your monthly housing costs are fixed and predictable. Are you tired of feeling like you're living paycheck to paycheck, with housing costs that seem to constantly change and never quite add up? Well, owning a home might be the answer you've been searching for. When you own a home, your monthly housing costs become fixed and predictable, providing a sense of stability and peace of mind. You won't have to worry about your rent going up unexpectedly or being hit with hidden fees. Instead, you'll have a set mortgage payment that you can plan and budget around. So, if you're ready to say goodbye to housing insecurity and hello to financial stability, it's time to start exploring homeownership. Number 4. Freedom to decorate and renovate. When you own a home, you have the freedom to decorate and renovate as you see fit. Tired of being stuck with bland, uninspiring living spaces that you can't make your own? When you own a home, you have the freedom to decorate and renovate however you see fit. No more asking for permission to paint your walls or install new flooring. You can finally create the home of your dreams, a place that truly reflects your personal style and meets your unique needs. Whether you want to add an extra bedroom, remodel your kitchen, or simply add a pop of color to your living room, owning a home gives you the freedom to do what you want, when you want. So, if you're ready to take control of your living space and turn your house into a home, it's time to start exploring homeownership. Number 5. Forced savings. A mortgage payment can also be seen as forced savings, as you are gradually paying off the loan and building equity in the property. Do you struggle to save money no matter how hard you try? Owning a home can be the solution you've been looking for. Every mortgage payment you make is not only paying for your housing costs, it's also a form of forced savings. As you pay off your loan, you're gradually building equity in your property, growing your wealth over time. And, unlike traditional savings accounts, your money is safe and secure, locked into a valuable asset that can appreciate over time. So, if you're ready to start saving for your future in a big way, it's time to consider the forced savings that come with homeownership. Number 6. Appreciation. Over time, the value of your home is likely to appreciate, meaning that it will be worth more in the future. Imagine having an investment that not only provides you with a roof over your head, but also has the potential to grow in value over time. That's exactly what owning a home can offer you. The value of your home is likely to appreciate over time, meaning that it will be worth more in the future. This means that when you're ready to sell, you could potentially make a substantial profit. Not only does this give you financial security, it also provides you with peace of mind, knowing that your hard-earned money is invested in a valuable asset. So if you're looking for a smart investment that can pay off in the long run, consider the appreciation potential of homeownership. Number 7. Sense of community. Owning a home in a neighborhood can foster a sense of community and connectedness with your neighbors. Feeling lonely or disconnected from your community? Owning a home in a neighborhood can help change that. When you own a home, you become a part of a community, surrounded by neighbors who share your values and interests. You'll have the opportunity to build relationships, participate in neighborhood events, and be a part of a supportive network. Plus, owning a home in a neighborhood provides a sense of stability and belonging, making you feel more connected to your community. So, if you're looking to build meaningful connections and create a sense of community, consider the benefits of homeownership. Cons of buying a home. Number 1. Upfront costs. Buying a home requires a significant upfront investment, including a down payment, closing costs, and other expenses. Are you ready to make a big financial commitment? Buying a home requires a significant upfront investment, including a down payment, closing costs, and other expenses. While these costs can be substantial, they're just the beginning of what you'll need to pay. From property taxes to home repairs, owning a home comes with a long list of ongoing expenses that can add up quickly. So, if you're considering buying a home, it's important to carefully consider your budget and make sure you have the financial means to handle the upfront costs, as well as the ongoing expenses that come with homeownership. Number 2. Maintenance costs. As a homeowner, you are responsible for all maintenance and repair costs for the property. Are you ready to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty? Owning a home comes with the responsibility of taking care of all maintenance and repair costs for the property. From fixing leaky faucets to replacing the roof, these costs can add up quickly and eat into your budget. And unlike renting, you won't have a landlord to call when something goes wrong. It's all on you. So if you're considering buying a home, be sure to factor in the cost of regular maintenance and repairs, and make sure you have the resources to handle them. Otherwise, you could find yourself in over your head and struggling to keep up with the demands of homeownership. Number 3. Difficulty in selling. Selling a home can be a long and difficult process, and it may not always be possible to sell for the price you want. Thinking about selling your home in the near future, be prepared for a long and difficult process. Selling a home is not as simple as just putting a sign in the yard and waiting for an offer. From preparing the home for showings to negotiating with buyers, the process can be time-consuming and stressful. And even after all that work, there's no guarantee you'll sell your home for the price you want. Market conditions, location, and the state of the economy can all impact the value of your home and make it difficult to sell. So if you're considering buying a home with the idea of selling in the near future, make sure you understand the challenges involved and have a solid plan in place. Number 4. Financial burden. A mortgage can be a significant financial burden, especially if interest rates rise or your financial situation changes. Are you ready to take on a hefty financial burden? That's what you'll be doing if you take on a mortgage to buy a home. A mortgage can be a significant expense, and it can be even more burdensome if interest rates rise or your financial situation changes. Suddenly, your monthly housing costs could skyrocket, leaving you struggling to make ends meet. And if you're unable to keep up with your mortgage payments, you could even face foreclosure. So, before you take on a mortgage, make sure you understand the financial commitment involved and have a plan in place to manage the burden, even if your circumstances change. Pros of renting a home. Number 1. Flexibility. Renting a home provides more flexibility, as you are not tied to a long-term commitment or a particular property. Want the freedom to pick up and go whenever you please? Renting a home may be the right choice for you. Renting offers more flexibility than owning, as you're not tied to a long-term commitment or a specific property. This means that if your job takes you to a new city, or if you just want to try living in a different area, you can easily move without worrying about selling a home or breaking a mortgage. And if you don't love the property you're renting, you can simply choose not to renew your lease and move on to something better. So, if flexibility is a top priority for you, consider the many benefits of renting a home. Number 2. Lower upfront costs. Renting a home typically requires fewer upfront costs, such as a security deposit and first month's rent. Ready to say goodbye to large upfront costs? Renting a home might be just what you need. When you rent, the financial commitment is typically much lower compared to buying a home. You'll usually only need to pay a security deposit and the first month's rent, rather than a large down payment and closing costs. This makes renting a great option for those who want to live in a desirable area, but don't have the funds for a big upfront investment. So, if you're looking for a more budget-friendly housing solution, renting could be the perfect choice for you. Number 3. No maintenance responsibilities. As a renter, you are not responsible for maintaining or repairing the property. Tired of dealing with the headaches of home maintenance and repairs? Renting a home might be the solution for you. As a renter, you can say goodbye to the stress and financial burden of fixing leaky faucets, repairing a faulty furnace, or dealing with any other maintenance issues. Instead, you can simply pick up the phone and call the landlord or property manager to handle these tasks. This means you can enjoy a comfortable and worry-free living experience without having to spend a dime on repairs. So if you're looking for a hassle-free housing option, renting could be the perfect choice for you. Number 4. Ability to live in desirable locations. Renting can provide the opportunity to live in desirable locations or neighborhoods that may be outside of your budget if you were to purchase a home. The key to living in your dream location? Renting. Are you tired of being limited to living in just any neighborhood? Renting a home provides the flexibility to live in the most desirable locations, even if it may seem out of reach if you were to purchase a home. Say goodbye to being stuck in just any location and hello to experiencing the best of what your city has to offer. With lower upfront costs and no maintenance responsibilities, renting opens up a world of possibilities for you and your family. So why not make a change and live in the location of your dreams? Cons of renting a home. Number 1. No equity building. When you rent, you are not building any equity in the property, as you do not own it. Say goodbye to building equity. If you're a renter, that's what you have to accept. Renting a home comes with a lack of equity building, as you don't own the property you live in. This means that the money you spend on rent is money that you'll never see again. Instead of building wealth, you're simply paying someone else's mortgage. It's important to understand that when you rent, you are not investing in your future. You're simply paying for the privilege of living in someone else's property. While renting has its own set of benefits, the lack of equity building is a major downside to consider. So if you're dreaming of building wealth through homeownership, it might be time to start saving for a down payment on your own property. Number 2. Lack of stability and predictability. Rent can increase over time, making housing costs less predictable and potentially more expensive. Say goodbye to predictable housing costs? Imagine waking up one day to find out that your rent has gone up unexpectedly. This is a reality for many renters, and it can make housing costs less predictable and potentially more expensive. The lack of stability and predictability is a significant drawback of renting a home. Unlike owning a home where your monthly housing costs are fixed and predictable, rent can increase over time, leaving you scrambling to find ways to cover the added expenses. So if you're looking for a sense of stability and predictability in your housing costs, renting may not be the best option for you. Number 3. Limited freedom to decorate and renovate. Renters often have limited freedom to make changes to the property, such as painting or installing new fixtures. Stuck with beige walls and outdated fixtures? Are you tired of feeling limited in your ability to personalize and make a house feel like your home? Renting can often restrict your creativity and limit your freedom to decorate and renovate the property to your taste. From choosing paint colors to installing new fixtures, you may have to work within the restrictions set by your landlord. Don't let limited freedom hold you back from creating a space that truly reflects your style and personality. Embrace the challenges and find creative solutions to make your rental feel like your own. Number 4. No control over property changes. As a renter, you have no control over changes made to the property, such as the sale of the building or major renovations by the landlord. Feeling powerless over your living space? Renting can leave you with a lack of control over the property you call home. You may be stuck living in a property that undergoes major changes, such as the sale of the building or renovations by the landlord, without any say in the matter. You may also face restrictions in making changes to the property, like painting the walls or installing new fixtures, limiting your freedom to personalize your living space. Renting can provide flexibility and the chance to live in desirable locations, but it also means sacrificing control over your living environment. I really hope that this video was helpful and you can make a better decision now. Leave your questions and thoughts in the comments section, and do not forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos.